Alarm off. Kettle on. Turn this up. Sun peeking through the curtains, we already in gear. Whole town tuned in, bring your coffee over here. Dial locked in, yeah, you know how we do. It's the community wake up with news you can use. Community wake up morning show. Charles and Damali on the go. News you can use right here, right now. We break it down, put it in your lifestyle. Charles got the headline straight, never hollow. Damali got the game plan, moves you can follow. Traffic and the weather, what's popping at the school. From the block to the boardroom, we keep you in the loop. Yeah. Community wake up morning show. Charles and Damali on the go. News you can use right here, right now. We break it down, put it in your lifestyle. From the front porch to the car, bustle. Keep it light, keep it real, keep the hometown muscle. Turn it up, let the whole crew know. You rockin' with the community wake up morning show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Community Wake Up Show with Charles and Damali. Good morning, I'm Charles.
And I'm Damali.
We're here to deliver the news you can use, culture, and conversation that moves community forward every single morning.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So today is going to be a phenomenal day. We started out at 37 degrees. We're going up to 66. Currently in Tulsa, Oklahoma, it's 44 degrees at 7:02.
You know what, Damali?
What's that?
It's Thankful Thursday.
Yes.
And I'm extremely thankful.
Yes.
It's Throwback Thursday. I got a throwback in my belly.
And throwback?
I'm thankful for the throwback. Because if you didn't have the throwback, you wouldn't even be here to throw it forward.
Good point. Good point.
See, I'm ready today. I'm on my P's and Q's. I got my sleep last night.
Okay.
So I'm feeling better. Hey, what's going on with you? How you feel? Good. Look, one more thing. How you feeling on this baby Friday?
It's a little nippy outside for me.
It is. It's a little touch.
Yeah, you see, I got
coldness.
the jacket on today. I'm like,
It's a little touch of chill.
Yeah.
So if you're going to get out this morning, grab your little light jacket. A light jacket you think is good enough? Mine still got her jacket on.
I'll show them.
My soror, look at her, y'all. Look at my soror. I don't know if it's about to nip in the air or it's an excuse to put that blue and white on you just like that. I don't know. One or the two. I am so excited about the show today. You just don't know. It's been so much going on locally.
Right.
It's been a lot going on nationally, even things going on internationally. And you know we're going to bring you the news you can use. And that's why we do the Community Wake Up live right here on NYCU.FM. We live on KBOB 89.9 FM over there with Uncle Bobby.
Yes.
We get to tell our story our way. Also live on YouTube, the official World One Development news that you can use, like my cousin said while I let her down there.
Yes.
Who was in Arkansas. See, I had to bring a little of that Arkansas sauce back with me. Is that all right? Is that all right? What about you, Damali? How you feeling today?
You know, this is week 2, day 9.
It is.
Day 9. So it's been an experience.
Right.
To say the least, but it's been fun, you know, getting up every morning and actually being able to be on the airwaves kind of gets you going. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Let me speak something. Mm-hmm. Now, we're not going to tell you what the secret is because we can't reveal it. Mm-hmm. But today at 10 o'clock, it's going to be a special treat. We're going to go live. So we're going to be off the air and gone, but make sure you tune in to World One Development news you can use at NYCU.FM because we going live from Black Wall Street at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for something that you absolutely cannot miss.
Absolutely. So we always try to bring community information that's going to inform you first and foremost, but also so that you can be educated about what's happening in our community and how you can tap in. So it's not just about knowing, but it's about where can I use my gifts and talents to be able to tap in to affect positive change, create legacy in our own community. And you can do that from anywhere.
Right.
So there are folks who actually are from Tulsa, from home of Black Wall Street, who live in other communities. So now you know what's happening back home.
That's it.
so that you can figure out how you can help, how you can benefit, how you can contribute to what is being done right here in our own community.
Damali, let me tell you something so you can pray for me.
Oh God.
So you can pray for your boy. Sometimes you got to have a friend. You don't ask no questions, right? You just call and say, can you just pray for me?
Right.
And then you stick your hand out. Just pray for me. Just touching me. But yesterday, I finally calmed down enough to do my social media post from my trip to Arkansas.
Yes.
I mean, it was just so much. You went with me. Thank God you went. Because for me to try to explain to you what happened back home was too tough. But it took me 72 hours, y'all. My bad. My apology. Because I know I had all the pictures and all the videos, thanks to you.
Right.
But it took me that long. Honestly, I just stayed in this like spiritual spot, space of gratitude, felt so honored, felt so grateful. And when they made me a man of distinction, I had to go look that up. I had to do some research. See, cousin, what you did to me. See, you surprised me. You really did surprise me. Because it took me 3 days to figure out, to make sure when I stand in that space, I understood. So I had to understand I was sitting amongst giants, in a room full of giants.
Yes.
In a room where people took out of their day, got dressed up, bought a ticket. Because a lot of times you might got friends until they got to buy a ticket.
Exactly.
And then, you know, when it come down to buy that ticket, say, bro, I like you. You pretty cool. But I don't know if I'm going to get that ticket and travel and get dressed. You know, so that's a whole different level of play. Now, it was a lot of people that did want to be there, that text me. They called me. Look, I was finna say they paged me. When the last time you got paged? You don't remember those pages?
It's been a minute.
Well, you remember how cool it used to be to get paged back in the day?
Right.
Man, somebody paged me. Let me go to that payphone. Got to jog to the payphone with that pager. All them signal terms, all them secret terms and all that stuff on the page. You wouldn't know what was going on.
Exactly.
But anyway,
exactly.
I'm grateful and thankful. And just one more time for the people, local, national, and international, that pulled up, that supported on the live, that came down from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. That's an experience I'll never forget.
Yes.
And I am so forever grateful. So I posted it on my Facebook page and my Instagram. So thank you.
That is
so pray
awesome.
for me because I'm back to normal today.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So I think what we're going to go ahead and do is do our morning affirmation.
Yes.
So here we go. Morning affirmation. My work. Oh no! First, I almost messed up.
We're not gonna skip my favorite part.
I know. I almost messed up. Messed up. Okay. So breathe in, breathe out. One more time. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay.
Wait. Well, I'm one of them. But how is? Let me tell you something. If you come to somebody's house and they sitting crisscross applesauce and their fingers like this, leave their house.
Right.
Because at this point, you're not sure if it's going to go good or bad for you.
Right.
But I'm relaxed back to Molly. I'm ready for the affirmation.
You're ready for an affirmation. Okay, here we go. So today's affirmation says, my work today is part of a long legacy of builders, healers, inventors, and leaders. What that means is, let's reflect on this affirmation reminds us that we are not starting from nothing. We stand on the shoulders of those who built before us, people who created opportunities where none existed, who healed wounds in their families and communities, who invented solutions to problems others ignored, and who led with courage when it wasn't easy. When we go to work, when you mentor someone, when you build a business, when you advocate for change, when you care for your family, you are participating in that same legacy. Your daily effort matters more than you think. This affirmation shifts our mindset from I'm just doing my job to I'm continuing a story of progress. It connects the past to the present, and it reminds us that what we build today will impact tomorrow. So carry your work with intention, lead with integrity, create with purpose, heal where you can, build what will last. Because you're not working alone, and you're part of a powerful lineage of builders, healers, inventors. I think we're off.
That might be the...
Okay, we're back. I don't know what that was weird.
We went in all the way down.
Yeah, we went down too far.
Right.
Too far.
But we back.
Okay, because you're not working alone, you're part of a powerful lineage of builders, inventors, and leaders, and your contribution counts. So this has been your morning affirmation, and I hope you guys feel better.
I do.
He said, I do.
I feel better. Like, look, let me tell you something about you. You on to something. I let the church say, amen.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I think you can't come up with the best way that any morning show should kick off their show.
Yes.
That affirmation, because here's the thing, and I say it all the time, man, you can have a bad dream. And wake up in a bad space.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a text message.
Yes.
And I done threw you off for the day. You can go to social media.
Mm-hmm.
And then I threw you. So it's good not to come out of the house that hot. So I'm glad we can wake you up to bring you back down, to get you centered, so you're ready to meet your friends, your family, and don't have over 2 kids. Sometimes just one. You got some kids, you got to open that door and wake them up.
Right.
Because sometimes when you wake up that kid that don't want to wake up, you got a job on your hand.
Absolutely.
When you go into that workplace where people are not always so welcoming.
Yeah.
You know, they haven't had their morning affirmation from a community wake-up show. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So you got to have a long stem to come out with love, the right energy, and the right vibration. Can I say vibration?
Yes,
Is that cool?
for real.
Especially when you're on Black Wall Street. Welcome to Black Wall Street, y'all. If you ain't never been here, you got to come here and visit us. We're going to show you around. But I think that's great, Damali. So I'm excited about the show. Can I just say thank you to all of our listeners?
Yes.
There's so many people been waking up with us. You know what I mean? And I'm so overly grateful because you don't have to do it. So when you tune in, you stay locked in. We are excited that you welcome the things that we're bringing to you early in the morning and helping your day be a little bit better.
Just a little bit.
If not a lot better.
So this segment was sponsored by Theater North. Hey, Miss Maybell, I know you're coming on. You're on the line pretty soon.
Hey, Miss Maybell.
So don't miss the play Nat Turner in Jerusalem. That's going to be coming up. And here is the drop that's going to tell you all about it.
Let's go.
Theater North Tulsa presents Nat Turner in Jerusalem at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center. A powerful 2-person drama imagining the final night of Nat Turner as he confronts Thomas R. Gray, the man who recorded his words and helped shape his legacy. Written by Nathan Allen Davis and directed by Keith Daniels. It's the hit stage play Nat Turner in Jerusalem. Explore faith, resistance, and the cost of telling the truth. Don't miss Nat Turner in Jerusalem, playing at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, Liddy Dungeons Theater. February 21st and 22nd, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. And February 28th and March 1st, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. Get your tickets now for Nat Turner in Jerusalem at TulsaPAC.com or call 918-596-7111. Nat Turner in Jerusalem by Nathan Allen is presented by arrangement on behalf of Samuel French Incorporated. The 36th Street North Event Center is proud to kick off another great season of social gatherings with family and friends. And no matter what the size of your next event, the 36th Street North Event Center has you covered. From event decor to live DJs, even catering, and a world-class sound and lighting system, 36th Street North has your event covered. We offer a state-of-the-art event booking and planning process from start to finish. And whether you're hosting 100 or 1,000, 36th Street North Event Center is the premier event center of North Tulsa, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. Share the experience at 36th Street North Event Center and see why we are the #1 choice for upscale events. From weddings to birthdays, corporate functions, holiday parties, and so much more. Visit us today at 36theventcenter.com or call and reserve your spot at 918-200-9046.
Are you or someone you know just as involved? Are you or someone you know in need of support services? Don't worry, Fitting Back In got you covered. We offer life skill workshops, career development, job search, substance abuse counseling, and more. We are located at 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74115. Give us a call at 918-592-3500. Follow us at Fitting Back In Tulsa. Also, visit us on our website for services at www.fittingbackininc.org. Our services are available.
Buy local, build local, support local. The Small Business Spotlight is brought to you by NYCU.FM. Listen live at NYCU.FM 24/7. Local dreams, local dollars, local success.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and the HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Welcome back to the Community Wake Up Show with Charles and
Damali.
Hey. We live, y'all. We live on NYCU.FM. Make sure that after the show, you understand we jamming all day long. Playing today's R&B and those throwbacks. So after the show, you don't have to give us up yet. Just lock it into your earbuds, right? If you're at school, work, or play, we can keep rolling with you. We also live on YouTube, the official World One Development News that you can use, like my cousin said. We also live on KBOB 89.9 FM over there with Uncle Bobby. Shout out to DJ JB Smooth. Shout out to the number one producer, the youngest producer coming up, Mr. Stephen Keys, Damali. Shout out to you and shout out to y'all for tuning in. We're going to do a couple things. I'm going to come to the live. What a fire show we got set up for y'all today on this Thankful Thursday, Throwback Thursday, and Baby Friday.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes. All right. So we are currently 17 past the hour. It's 44 degrees. If you are in Tulsa, Oklahoma, just want to let you guys know that you better enjoy today, because tomorrow they talking about we got a 65% chance of rain. And on Saturday, which is Valentine's Day, 100% chance of rain. What?
Man, the storms are coming.
Ladies,
Beauty.
hair alert.
Hair alert, get your trash bag or something. Get that old curl activator. You know the bag when you had a curl you had to wear? Get that
No, not the curl activator.
Did you have a Jerry curl growing up? Did it hang in the bag?
And I was fly.
Was it hanging in the bag?
Michael Jackson curl
Oh my
hair.
God, I'm going to leave it right there. If you had that right there, it was real deal.
Yes.
People still got Jerry curls.
Absolutely.
Depends on where you exist.
Yes. So today's theme on week 2, day 9, is economic power. So that's what our show is going to center around today, is economic power and what that means to community. So we're going to give you a little bit of insight, and we'll get started on that. So economic power, we're talking about jobs.
Yes.
Okay. We're talking about the economy and what economic power really looks like locally, nationally, and globally.
Right.
Okay. So we're going to give you just a little bit of information about that, because we're living in a time where information is key.
That's it.
You need to know what's happening and what's going on. And when these words come across, and that's not to say that everybody don't know, but you just really don't understand if you're not in that area. If you don't work in that space or have a connection to that space, yeah, you hear it, but you don't really get it.
Can I add this in?
Yeah.
You don't have a lack of money. You have a lack of education.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lack of access.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, the game is to be told.
Mm-hmm. And not sold.
Or the other way around.
Sold and not told. I don't know. How we go? Y'all tell me. I don't know.
No, and look, they know what we talking about. Your people always know. They just finish it up for you. But at the end of the day, I do think it's just a not lack of money. It's just a lack of education.
Or information.
Lack of information. Mm-hmm. And that's what we want to do on the Community Wake Up. We want to give you that information, whether you local, national, international, young, old, seasoned, black, white, green, or yellow, because this show is for everybody. But today we're going to get you right. So get your pen and your pad out. Do me one more favor. Click that share button. Want me to go to the live real quick?
Okay.
We got some people woke up with us. Let me go to the live. Y'all on the live. Who with us this morning? Uncle Brian is the first person I see on.
Good morning, Uncle Brian.
He said, good morning, guys. Walking wounded in here.
Uh-oh.
So remember, he had to go to his appointment.
Yes,
So Uncle Brian, hey, be careful out there. Good morning for my cousin, Miss Pearlie Newton.
Hey,
I was
Cousin
just
Pearlie.
talking about you earlier. I don't know if you was on, but I was turned up on the Arkansas trip. I just came down and descended from the clouds
Right.
because y'all had your boy on the high. Alicia Walker said, good morning. Welcome
Good
to the
morning.
show. My bro is up.
Hey, good morning, Dominique.
Good morning, big bro, Damali, and Facebook Ready Your Family. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Look,
Get
he
him
on
up
one. He
down there
happy.
in Marvin, Arkansas. Arkansas is in the building, y'all. Cynthia Noble.
Hi, Cynthia.
Good morning. Gina.
Hi, Gina.
What's going on,
What's up, Soror?
Welcome to the show. Mark Harvey.
What?
Hold on. Hold up.
He said, good morning, my blue and white
Hey,
family.
Hold on. What's going
Up
on,
in
Mark?
the
See,
Saints.
that's the one that got all the stories.
Yes.
Long as he don't write no book, I'm all right. Because look, that's
He know where the bodies are buried.
He know all about his brother. He was my roommate when I first got to college. So when his family, they pulled up in a van.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah, he was ready to come to college.
Yeah.
So my
They was ready to
roommate,
push him out.
my football teammate,
Yes.
my LB,
Okay.
and I can say my best friend in the world because it's a place called Bankston Hall that you don't know about.
Don't know
But we
about
used to stand on the corner and you had to check in. If you didn't check in, you had to deal with drama. So he marked on one side, but by nightfall, he drama.
He drama. Okay.
But love that brother, man. Hey, if I got a problem, he got a problem. If he got a problem, I got a problem.
Right.
That's the way to do it. I appreciate you for tuning in, Mark. Appreciate that drama. Also, favorite little cousin.
Hey, cousin, sister.
April's in the building, and we got many, many more. And the secret listeners are in the building, but Richie Anderson.
Hey, brother, what's happening?
He wasn't physically in Arkansas, but he was financially in Arkansas. So shout out to Richie. If y'all don't know him, Booker T. Washington Hornets, one of the top legends of that school. If you didn't know about it, you better read about him because he was the real deal Holyfield.
Yes. And I see Patricia Griffin is on as well.
Patricia, you done woke up. Now, see, yesterday you wasn't up, but you
she
up
was
today.
A little late. She was a little late yesterday, but she showed up. She showed up.
Let's go. All right, let's get to it.
Okay, so we're going to start with local. We're going to start close to home today. So locally, economic power shows up in job growth, small business expansion, workforce training, and who has access to opportunity. So cities like Tulsa continue investing in workforce development programs and entrepreneurship support, connecting residents to training in skilled trades, technology, healthcare, and advanced manufacturing. Economic power means residents are not just workers, they're earners, owners, and decision makers.
Hold on, they what now? You got to say them through again.
They are earners, earners, owners, and decision makers.
See, that's empowerment right there.
When local businesses thrive and residents are trained for high demand jobs, many circulate within the community instead of leaving it. That's how neighborhoods stabilize and grow. So when we talk about, the decline of a neighborhood, the reason that there is a decline is because there are no jobs in the neighborhood, right?
Right.
You don't have the ability to live, work, and play.
Right.
In the community. So then you start going elsewhere. And so that destabilizes the community.
And when you say education and access, what it make me think about, because this is Black History Month. Happy Black History Month. Now, up in here is Black History Day every day. Let's say that first.
Right.
But this is the official month that's recognized. Even though it's the shortest month of the year. I don't know if that was by design, but either way it go, what's going on. But Damali, what it makes me think about, that might have been the reason why it was illegal for us to read back in the day. Because reading is education, is understanding, which also grants you access.
Absolutely.
So don't think it was just, we just don't want the people to read. It was a reason why they tried to hold us back. So we're on the comeback now. There's a lot of people out there can read and write and educated. So our access has been granted. So now if you're not reading and doing the things you need to do, it's not on the people, it's on you.
Right. So let's switch over and talk about on the national level.
I like it. Come on.
Okay. So nationally, the job market remains steady, but it's evolving. Key trends include continued demand in healthcare, tech, and skilled trades.
Hold on. You got a lot of meat on the bone today. So the main skills, you might want to write this down. What's the industry going toward nationally?
So nationally, it is healthcare, tech, and skilled trades.
And skilled trades. So are you talking about back to masonry, carpentry, roofing?
That's why we have wood shop over at Edgerec for the little kids.
We'll have workshops going on right here at the event center. Make sure y'all sign up because we tapping y'all into all of that. Right. Because sometimes we got to find a way to get ahead and not be behind and not be so reactive. We can be proactive. So we give you some proactive seasoning to put on your meal, right? Can I do a shout out real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
Miss Cynthia Lopez just tuned in from New York City.
How are
We
you?
got New York. You don't have a friend till you got a friend from New York with Tim's on. But we went to Langston together.
That's what's
This
up.
is a high level sister. I can't wait to have her on and tell y'all about her one day. But we went to Langston together. Shout out to the HBCUs.
Yeah.
But she on the line.
All right. The key trends also include slower hiring in some corporate sectors and ongoing conversations about wages, inflation, and the cost of living. Currently, the U.S. Department of Labor reports that while unemployment remains relatively low, wage growth and affordability remain central concerns for families.
Why do you think that is, Damali?
Well, I mean, if you're
it?
not making enough money, then how are you going to live?
First,
how are
let's
you
say
going
this.
to afford to live?
How much you used to get paid an hour back in your day when you was young? You remember?
Very first job, $3.35 an hour, couldn't tell me nothing.
$3
And 35
2
cents.
dimes and 5 pennies. That's what you was
I
getting
still
paid.
got it. Listen, I still got it in my senior memory book. My very first I'm gonna bring it one day.
Right.
But my senior memory book, it's got my little badge from Kentucky Fried Chicken, and I had it written in there, biggest day, $3.35 an hour. I was proud, honey. You couldn't tell me nothing.
Right. Look, that was more than what you probably was getting paid at home, because at home you got to work for free. Here you were allowance
We got a plate.
$10 to $20 a week. But if you was making $3.35 an hour, you was balling. Just to
balling.
show some of you young people, when you complaining about $20 an hour and $25, we had to work for $3.35, and we wrote it in our yearbook too. We was super excited.
Was happy.
The point is, we're not keeping up with inflation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we should not in our country have to work 2 and 3 and 4 jobs just to be able to pay the bills. And you're still one or two paychecks away from being evicted, being out on the street. So I just think in our country, we got to do a better job in stabilizing our workforce so people can work one job, Damali. Because if you can just work one job, then you can be home with your family, home with them kids, and some of these other issues we have can start to
won't
go away.
exist. Exactly. So having a job isn't always enough. Economic power also means having wages that match the cost of living.
Right.
There's also increasing focus on union activity, worker protections, small business incentives, and entrepreneurship funding. All of these impacts who holds economic power.
Can I ask you about because we had a meeting at the event center yesterday, and the union was here talking to these people. Let me tell y'all something. The beauty of us doing so much community stuff, we talk about this stuff, but we live this stuff every day. Damali, if you don't mind sharing a little bit, don't say no name. Just here at the event center yesterday, all day, we was dealing with this same union thing, and what was going on in there? What were the people saying?
So apparently there was a switch in their benefit plan. So these were retirees.
Right.
So these folks had season on their fries.
There you go.
Right. Retirees. But it was so funny. It got so tense in there because seniors don't like change.
They don't like change at all. They are creatures of habit, and they want to stick to their same habit.
Listen,
no problem there either.
This is how we started. This is how we're going to finish. We ain't got time for no changes. So, the union reps were trying to explain to them, these are new changes that are going to take place. And I mean, I thought a fight was going to break out, y'all. I ain't even going to, I was like, whoa.
What was they mad about?
So they were mad just because the system was changing. Most of them helped create the system that was in place that was going away.
Right.
And so they didn't like the fact that things were changing. They didn't like the fact that they were going to have to do different things, that there was going to be new paperwork, that they were going to have to fill out. They didn't like none of it, just to be honest. They didn't like none of it.
This all I heard, and I knew it was serious. And now all I heard is, I don't want to see no video. Get to the point.
Buddy.
And anytime somebody call you buddy, what that really means is you're not a friend.
Right.
So he just like, man, I don't want to see no video. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see no smoke and mirrors. Let's get to the point. So a lot of times seniors ain't got time
at all.
He said, I didn't want to see, don't even hit play. But then the young lady was like, I want to see the video.
Yes.
I said, now we got a debate going on.
But
nevertheless,
crazy.
when we talk about union and changes, these things are real. You probably done looked at your medical insurance and some of those things, especially if you're entrepreneurial. And it's a lot of changes going on, y'all. And we got to be up on it.
Yes. So we're even going to talk about globally, because we do have some global partners that frequent our show. So globally, economics are adjusting to supply chain shifts, energy market changes, technology and AI expansion,
Right.
International trade policies. Organizations like the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund are monitoring global growth trends, noting slower growth in some regions, but expansions in technology and renewable energy sectors.
Right.
What happens globally affects prices locally, from gas to groceries.
Right.
Economic power today is increasingly tied to innovation, education, workforce adaptability, and digital access.
Now you got to slow that down.
Mhm.
Y'all might need to write this stuff down because this stuff is happening right now. What are the 4 things, Damali?
Wait a minute. Uncle Chess said we don't have time. That's it. Retirees, we don't have time.
Look, my Uncle Chess loves me, but he don't even want me to tell him a whole story.
Right.
Nephew, get to the point.
Get to the point.
Because I got a boat out here. I'm finna go out on the water and fish, and I ain't got time.
I ain't got time.
And you have put in your time
Yeah.
to deserve that, because time is valuable. I think the older you get,
Mhm.
the more you value your time.
And I think that's
Because
absolutely true.
time is everything.
Mhm.
So we appreciate that, Uncle Chess. You're absolutely right.
Okay, so economic power today is increasingly tied to innovation,
Innovation.
education,
Hmm.
workforce adaptability, and digital access.
So if you're not kind of looking into those spaces,
Mhm.
you need to dibble and dabble just a little bit. We're going to be doing stuff here at the event center. So if you're not doing it, reach out to us. We're going to tell you where you can attend, because we're going to keep our community equipped with
Mhm.
what they need.
So when we talk about digital access, that's why we've been saying ever since we started this show, if you are not advertising in a digital space,
Right.
you don't exist as far as the masses are concerned. Prime example, when anyone asks, like, hey, where did you get so-and-so? As soon as I tell them, the first thing they do is they Google. They want to
That's
see
it.
how many stars you got. What is your rating?
Yeah.
If you don't exist, they move on to something else. I couldn't find them on social media, or I couldn't find them, with a website. So, who else you know?
Yeah. And you miss a lot of business, because at the end of the day, if I'm going to a hotel, the first thing I'm going to is the reviews.
Mhm.
If I'm going to a restaurant, the first thing I'm going to is reviews. If I need a mechanic shop, the first place I'm going to is. Now, I know some people hijack the reviews, and y'all wrong for that. Then got a whole team of people to give you all these good reviews. You
Right.
get there, talking about a continental breakfast, and you got an old glazed donut
Right.
and a half a cup of orange
What?
juice
Yeah.
and no milk. And I'd be like, now y'all need to quit that. Now y'all done showed online you got eggs with cheese
Mhm.
and a little bacon and waffles and all that, and get there, ain't no waffle nowhere. Not even a waffle maker is in there. So come on, y'all, don't do that. Do
Right.
real reviews. But to your point, Damali, people gonna search you first, because everybody got access now, and we don't want you to miss tons of money
Mhm.
because people don't know who you are, where you are.
Exactly. So economic power isn't just about big corporations or stock markets. It's about access to good jobs, support for entrepreneurs, workforce training pipelines, fair wages, and ownership opportunities. Strong communities build economic power by supporting local businesses, investing in skills, sharing information, and advocating for fair policy. The bottom line is economic power grows when communities move forward from surviving to building, from employment to ownership, from short-term gain to long-term strategy. So stay informed, stay skilled, stay engaged, because jobs create income, but strategy creates power.
Hold up, Damali. You can't do what's going on. You got all the bars today.
Dropping bars.
Say it one more time. Read that one more time.
Because jobs create income, but strategy creates power.
So what you're basically saying, we got to be a little more strategic. And here's the thing: if you don't have a strategy for yourself, somebody have a strategy for you. See, this what's going on. You got people that sit back and research and study data all day long, and that data is you. Where you eat, where you play, where you go, what your family do, what your kids is doing, and all of that. We got to wake up to that fact, Damali. At the end, imagine a lot of people that's been living their life, they not even realizing people tracking your cell phone.
Right.
You notice, and I just think it's kind of scary. If I say fried chicken right now, soon as I get off this live show, I guarantee you they gonna KFC,
Right, that's real.
Churches, Popeyes, Little Mama's Chicken, Big Daddy Chicken, every chicken place. So it's kind of like you can't go nowhere. So that let me know people is tracking my data. You know what I mean? So you got to find a way to get in the game to know what's going on, because if it's not a strategy that you have for yourself, somebody, hear what I'm saying, has a strategy for you and your family.
Right.
And been having a strategy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that was just some news you can use about economic power and what it means as far as our community is concerned.
Can I ask the live something? There's a lot of people on the live. So I just want to ask this question, because the community wake up is about the community, not just about us.
Right.
What are some of the things that you guys do to keep you up on top of, whether it's AI, innovation, the workforce, and things are going on? Because we got people from New York and Arkansas and Texas and Florida and Mississippi on here. So put in here, what are the things in your community so your community can wake up and know that goes on, that you can stay tapped in. Here's the thing. Even if you're in a smaller rural area, I think podcasters are good.
Yes.
Just like this. Y'all get on with us. You just got to find a way to have access to real-time information on what's going on, because right now you feeling it. When you go to the grocery store, you used to have that basket full, 2 baskets. Now you're down to half a basket only. You know why? Because when you look at the milk, you're like, man, you look at the bread, man, and then you go to the no matter where you go, that's why you have to know what's going on. Because a lot of people going to wake up one day and they're going to be like, man, I don't have a house. Man, my car done went back. Man, my kids can't go to college. Because these things, Damali, are happening right now. And they're happening so fast, people don't even have time to wake up. So I appreciate y'all tuning in with us. And like I say, click share on that button, because we're going to give you this news that you can what? Use. Just like that.
So we're also going to talk about grants and workforce development. And how they're helping to shape economic power in Tulsa, across the U.S., and even internationally.
Right.
So, of course, we always start with home. So right here in Tulsa and in Oklahoma, several initiatives are powering workforce pathways and economic opportunity. The Oklahoma Employment Security Commission recently received nearly $6 million.
Hold on. Who received it?
The Oklahoma Employment Security Commission.
Now, when we say grants, what we're saying is money that you can get that you don't have to pay back. I know people understand it, but sometimes you got to say it. So this is what you call free 99 money. So you can't have an excuse that you didn't get it, you didn't see it. This money might not be designed for you, but if you apply for it and get in line for it, you're going to get some of it.
Exactly. So, there's nearly $6 million in federal workforce training grants to expand skills training in high demand fields like aerospace, which, Tulsa is very big in aerospace industry, advanced manufacturing, and AI infrastructure.
So here's the thing, Damali. At the end of the day, you're going to have to check on your kids, whether they're in high school or college or middle school, maybe elementary. How are they doing in math and science? How are they doing in those STEM areas? And if they need a little bit of help, you need to find a program in your community somewhere where you can help them advance, because these areas that Damali is talking about, you can't be making C- and D+, in these areas and be ready for these jobs. So we're going to have to be intentional with our kids and with our community to make sure they are flourishing in these particular areas. If not, they're not going to be prepared for this world, not at all.
Right. So these training skills will help Tulsa area residents access training programs that lead to real jobs in these growing industries. Now, the Oklahoma State Regents awarded Upskill OK grants to colleges and universities to build micro-credential programs. These AI literacy and workforce development pathways so that Oklahomans can gain practical, stackable skills quickly. Locally, organizations and nonprofits can explore workforce funding on platforms like the Grant Portal, which lists workforce development grants for recruitment support, training assistance, technology access, and job essentials that remove barriers to employment. Tulsa also participates in collaborative groups like the Tulsa Talent Consortium, which brings employers and partners together to build coordinated talent pipelines and host workforce development events. So that's how they're finding their people.
Right.
Is through some of those things. And don't forget regular workforce events, job fairs, and training workshops at the Tulsa Workforce Office offer opportunities to connect with employers and sharpen resumes and build interview skills. Now, we're talking about Tulsa in this section, but this happens in every community.
Every community.
There's a place.
And the stuff that we're saying, if we talk about innovation and grants and all of that, just Google it in your particular state. So if you're in Arkansas, Texas, then you just Google what we're saying, but it will pertain to your state. Damali, another thing that it seemed like our country is finally understanding, when you hear workforce grants, micro grants and all of that, they realize everybody not going to college for 4 years no more.
That's right.
Our workforce is lagging real bad. That's why so many people from other countries come in and you look at like, why they got all the roofing jobs? They got all the landscape jobs. They got all, because our workforce is low and poor. And a lot of it has to do with us just not being equipped. So a lot of these programs, this workforce stuff is 6 months, 9 months, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. It gives you an ability to get in the game, and you don't have to be dedicated to some college, no 4-year, maybe not even associates, but you still got to be skilled. You still got to be trained, because you don't want to kill somebody out here. You see how I said that? You don't want to kill somebody out here because you don't know what you're doing. So, Damali, I'm glad I don't know if you know what you're doing, but this is some great, great information that you're giving to people, because kids sitting at home, still trying to be social media influencers, and it ain't working out. They didn't want to call it, but it's just the YouTube channel ain't working out.
Right.
Sometimes you got to tell your kid to YouTube. You've been doing YouTube for 3 years and you made 3 cents. So still pursue that, because I don't want to rain on your parade. There go the love.
Right.
But let's get you this workforce training for this 6 to 8 weeks, so you can start making you $30 an hour in this area while your YouTube or your Instagram, Facebook, whatever's, I'm finna say MySpace been gone.
MySpace?
What? Did you have a MySpace?
No.
You did have a MySpace?
No, I did not. I
didn't
never did.
I just heard what
I was raising kids. I didn't have time.
You had time for no MySpace, and MySpace is with these kids. But anyway, don't kill anybody's dreams. If you want to pursue that, that's where the love got to come in. Continue. But I just got to say, baby, you've been on the YouTube for 2 years, sleeping on the couch, and then you ain't got no money. You keep asking me for money. So let's go take this little quick workforce to get you some money in your pocket, and then still do your podcast. Still do that, because I want you to reach that dream, and I believe in you. But right now, I believe I want you out my pocket.
Ain't that it?
Tell your kid and your grandkid that.
That is it.
In love.
He said in love.
In love, y'all. In love in our community.
Okay, so across the country, workforce and skills development initiatives are being supported by grant programs aimed at expanding economic opportunity. The U.S. Department of Labor oversees H-1B skills training grants and similar programs that help workers gain the competencies needed for high growth industries, improving access to good jobs and strengthening American economic power. Many states support employer-led training that gives workers industry-recognized credentials and helps businesses stay competitive. Recent rounds in the Midwest have awarded hundreds of thousands of dollars to help local employers upskill their workforce. Together, these national investments help ensure training aligns with real job opportunities, giving people a path to a more stable career and stronger economic power.
I'm gonna tell you what's tough about it, to be honest. A lot of times people have been leaving and going to college, but the workforce is changing so fast that when they get their degree in business or technology or something like that, guess what happens?
What's that?
Man, they can't find no job.
Yeah.
It's so many people with college degrees that's working at McDonald's, and there's nothing wrong with that, working at Popeyes, because I call that doing what you got to do. But I think you got to be, we got to be a little more strategic and intentional, because you should not go to college and spend all that money for 4 years and come out and can't find a job. You know what that's called? No. Diabolical.
Insanity.
You done got your mom, you done had this grant, you done went to school, you graduated, your family came out just to go like, I can't find a good job nowhere. That's where the strategic, intentional piece falls off. So for us in our community, let's start educating each other, because we want you to graduate, and within a couple weeks, you making that money that you desire. You making, starting out that $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. So that house you dreamed about, that car you dreamed about, and that lifestyle you wanted can be achieved, and not frustration and still at home. And at this point, I'm going to get my master's degree. Then after that, I'm going, now you're being a career student.
Exactly.
Because jobs are never out here sometime, so let's be more intentional, y'all. Let's go to the live. I just seen my sister, your sister, Teresa, say good morning. She done chimed in. I see Janine Ford. Nice information. Thank you so much, sis. Mama's up.
Hey, mommy.
And moving, mom. How's it going? I done had some requests for your bread. I'm going to tell you about that later. Now, one of the requests is mine. I see my cousin Pearlie, she got a message. You see it on your side?
Yes. So Pearlie Newton says, I read all relevant literature, stay on social media, listen to the news and news media that I trust. And your show has really kept me abreast of many of my concerns. Thank you so much. We are so happy
a lot.
that information, that our content is speaking to you. We appreciate that. Sorargina said, that's it. Times have changed with having a degree. Absolutely correct. Janine says, hi from sunny Florida. Hey, Soror and brother.
Hey, let's put it up. Thanks for tuning in. We got Florida in the building. Nothing but love coming from all across the country. And we appreciate that. And we do not take you tuning in with us for granted. Damali, we talking about something real today.
Yeah.
We get into them dollars. We get to the economics. We get into this workforce thing that's going on. And we being strategic.
Yes.
And we waking up in our community.
And you know what? This is why it is so huge for small business. And we need small business in our community.
Right.
But not only that, we need to have skilled workers, like you said, but we need to get our certifications.
Right.
You know, sometimes it's not that expensive. And I will say this, when you invest in yourself, that investment will bring about a return at some point. It may take a little while,
right?
You know, but you got to be patient. But it may take a little while, but it will come back to you. So you need to invest in yourself. And then employers, invest in your people.
Right.
So I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. So I went to college, had to get out of college because I had family and you know, had some stuff going on. Life was lifing. And so I ended up, at my job. I started out, and you guys, some of you who have been following us for a long time have heard this story, but I started out as a file clerk.
Right.
At a law office, worked my way up to a legal secretary. So that means I got a desk instead of being in a group pod with everybody.
I
had my own little spot.
Let me tell you something about black people. Don't give us a desk. You better not give us a door that we can close with our name on it. At that point.
Listen, so I actually had a cubicle. But you remember them walls that they had where you can stick your name to the side of the wall? Oh man, you couldn't tell me nothing. My name was stuck on the wall. Don't play.
If you go to college, you don't know this unless you went to college. If somebody give you a cubicle that you can stick your family pictures up, let me tell you something.
Listen.
Can't nobody tell you nothing, at least for 2 weeks.
Man.
After that, you can get back to normal. And it's okay, because that's just called being appreciative, because you've accomplished something, because you know where you started from.
Yes.
And you should celebrate that. So when you see people doing that, celebrate that with them. Then after that, you tell them, okay, can I have my friend back? Because you've been walking high and tall with your heels on, with your red bottoms all this time. Can we
do not play? But that's what I'm saying. So I started in the basement. Made my way to, now I'm working for 3 attorneys. I was responsible for 3 attorneys and getting their work done. Right. But then I capped out in salary. And I'm like, ooh,
that ceiling was waiting on you, huh?
I got to do something.
See, that's that. If you don't have a strategic plan, somebody got it for you. That means it's a stopping point on your money. Even though you're improving your skills, you're making this company millions of dollars and all of that, at some point they're capping you off, because I think it's a mental thing, Damali. I think that too much money may give you freedom. Too much may make you think, you know what, I can get out here and do this thing myself. So you got to just there's nothing wrong with the workforce. You can work, because me and Damali both work. Our degrees are both criminal justice.
Right.
And mine, I got an emphasis in correction. So I work for the state. I don't have no problem with that, because I don't have no problem working. But like you said, notice it's a ceiling on all of that stuff, because you know how we are. I'm here now. We work hard because we're trying to climb the ladder, and all of a sudden you tap out.
Yeah, you tap out.
I can't go above $50 an hour. No. Okay, so you finna hold me at $50 an hour for the next 20 to 30 years. This is it for me. While they pulling up in a Lambo, while they jumping on a private jet, while their kids is going to the private schools. Oh no, we finna wake up from that, because we can't do that forever. We're not gonna do this next generation, because I feel like if you put in the same work, you deserve the same benefits. I'm not saying if you lazy, but I'm just saying if you putting in the work and I'm finna make you millions, that's where ownership comes in. Like right now, if I was a kid, if a job didn't give me some ownership, I might not be there long.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because at some point I want a couple of dividends.
Yeah.
I want a little bonus check every quarter. I want a little something if I put the work in.
Right.
Because a lot of times it's those people that's really making the company flourish. It's not even the boss. A lot of times you just got to know who to hire. They don't even really know what's going on. They just got a good team.
You got to hire well. Yeah.
But they were strategic and they planned for your skill and gave you a job, they don't know how to do half of what you do.
Exactly.
They have to come to you. What should we do today? Hey, what's going on over there? Take all the notes, but then go make all the money.
Yep.
So I'm off my soapbox.
But so this is the thing. So going back to investing in yourself.
Hey.
So once I hit that ceiling,
Right.
then I was like, I need some more money. Bottom line, because I got kids. I need money,
These
to
kids
take
getting
care.
bigger
Hey,
and they plates need more food on them.
Listen, I got one that's a cheerleader, one that's in band. Hey, they killing my pockets,
Man, when your kids get into sports, is that a killer of the budget?
Boy.
If you don't mess around and have a kid in daycare, if you got a kid or two in daycare, that's about $1,000 and $1,500 a month. And you get and then I be trying to lead my kids to the free sports.
Right.
You guys say, can we run track? But when they start saying pom and cheerleading and that kind of stuff,
competitive
and the
squads,
competitive squad,
tumbling.
you'll be spending about $5,000-$10,000 over a summer. If they start playing AAU ball,
man,
I'm like, we got a game every other day. Tournament fee, this fee, that fee. But what we're basically saying, these are the reasons why we have to have access to more capital, because you don't want supporting your daughter or your son or something to be a burden on you. You want to be able to enjoy your kids or grandkids exploring and excelling at what they want, and you want them to have access just like all the other kids in the community. So we're just trying to level the playing field, make it a little bit fair.
So back to the reinvestment. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna have to go on ahead and go back to school. Go on ahead and get my 4-year degree. I'm just gonna have to go ahead and do it. But let me tell you this, because I enrolled in school, hadn't even started classes yet. I just enrolled. I ain't even bought my books yet.
Right.
My bosses at the time gave me a $6,000 a year raise just because I enrolled, because I was investing in myself, which they understood was going to make their company better. Right. With the skills that I was learning. So they gave me a $6,000 a year raise just right off the rip.
Now, let me say this. Can I add this? A lot of times your employers won't even tell you that if you enroll, that they will increase your salary.
Yep.
That's on you. But when you do, now they understand that you finna get smarter. So since you finna get smarter, let us add a little more.
Because they get ready to get your intellectual property to benefit their company.
Because you got to understand, when you decide to pursue more education, then they understand that certificate that she got. They done gave Damali a $6,000 raise, but what raise are they going to get in their company? Because her certification is up on the wall. And Black people put their stuff on the wall. You come in there, they put oh, that's why I went graduated from here. This is my certificate. Yeah. Because that makes you feel a little more official, and there is nothing wrong with your achievements. But we still got to understand that because they know Damali was finna now increase the company. Yeah. Here you 6,000, but Damali, now that you look at it in hindsight, what do you think you increased their bottom line if they was willing to give you a raise like that?
Listen, I can't even, I don't even know what the number is, to be honest, because there were so many skills that I learned that I was able to transfer. And then, I'm always doing extra stuff, because if I'm down, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm with you and I'm rocking with you, and if I'm working for a company or, and if I'm good with you, it don't matter. I got you at the end of the day. So I'm doing extra stuff. I'm working overtime. I'm doing all these things because it's about the, customer service. It is about making sure that we are providing the service that our customers came in to receive. And I've always been a person who worked of excellence. So it's always at top notch service that we're providing. So I can't even tell you. I mean, I'm sure I probably provided millions of dollars worth of services.
Now let me ask you this. How old were you at the time?
I was 20.
Oh,
I might have been 30. I might have been 30.
20 is
31.
30. Yeah. 30 is the new 20. 20 is the new 30.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if you was only 30 years old, imagine the amount of money you was going to make that company from 30 to retirement at potentially 60. Think, you said millions. So they invest $6,000 to make millions for the next 30 years. And those are things we got to understand. So even though Damali don't know exactly the number, I guarantee you the strategic thinkers knew that exact number. I guarantee you that.
Absolutely. So Uncle Chess says he started cleaning the basement in a sawmill and retired the vice president. Ooh. Hello. Oh. He said of the largest lumber company in the United States. He said, I had no plan. I just worked hard. was dedicated and to get results.
Man, you know what? That's called shared knowledge.
Mhm.
Because a lot of times people don't see what you went through. They just see the results
Mhm.
because they met you later on in life.
Yeah.
But I think it's beautiful that you talk about you started in the basement.
Mhm.
My uncle talks about where he started, but y'all both saying something in common.
Mhm.
Y'all worked hard.
Mhm.
And because of that, ultimately, God bless y'all.
Yeah.
But he still gave you the wisdom to make those intentional moves
Mhm.
along with favor that
Mhm.
comes along with it to get to where you are. So these are the kind of things I feel like the community wake up can help, because my Uncle Chess may be in Arkansas, we in Tulsa, but these are conversations that we can have
Right.
over the airways to maybe help somebody, encourage
Exactly.
somebody, or motivate somebody.
Right. So grants for inclusive workforce development initiative supports organizations for focused on empowering diverse workforce across regions, including the United States and Canada, with funding for training and career advancement projects. International workforce partnerships also include global projects like Capacity Plus, which works with countries in Africa and beyond.
Hold on.
Yes.
You going fast for me, Damali.
Back to
This
the
hold
motherland.
on. Let's hold up now. We just went global. So can everybody just get a piece of paper or get their notepad or whatever and just hit global and click share on this video if you just got on? Can we back up? Because look,
Okay.
I'm finna take some notes too. So we're going to what's going on with these grants,
Yeah.
meaning free
Globally.
money globally. So we don't went local, national. Now we'll cross the globe.
Right.
What we got? Because Africa, we got Japan, China, we got some others on. So let's share some knowledge with you guys as well.
So globally, there are funding opportunities and collaborations that support workforce development across borders. There are international grants for workforce development programs that provide funding for skill building, career readiness, and job training, making it possible for nonprofits and education providers around the world to strengthen employment pathways in their communities. International workforce partners also include global projects like Capacity Plus, which works with countries in Africa and beyond to improve health workforce capacity and service delivery, reminding us that economic power and workforce solutions aren't just local issues, they're global ones as well.
Here's the thing. Y'all may ask, Charles and Damali, why y'all talking about this on the wake up? We close to the top of the hour, and I know we'll have to take a break at that time. But real quick, we talking about this because we've been to Africa, y'all. We've been to Africa twice. We done help, and this is we're just talking about our experience, because this don't make nobody know better than nobody else. We are sharing the experience because we are part of the community. But we went to Uganda. We was gonna have a meeting with 3 leaders. It's kind of like the mayor and a council person. They was telling us when we landed that we was gonna meet with 3 to 5 people, right?
Right.
They got word that we was coming, and we had a council person with us, you know. And by the time we got to the meeting, y'all, now check this out. If you think people not hungry internationally, by the time we got there, the whole entire room was full. They had the entire mayor's office in the room with their entire budget looking at import export. They had about 25 tribal leaders in the building. We looked up thinking we was gonna have a small conversation sitting at a table to an audience of probably about 100 nothing but leaders sitting at the edge of their chairs saying, how can we do this international stuff together? We got the workforce, here's our budget, this is what we're doing. So that's how you end up building a church, 7 homes, helping with the water system and doing those things. So we can't limit ourselves to what we can just do in our community in other states, because you can also do some work in other countries. Now we building a foundation for it, and we'll come back at the appropriate time and let you know how we doing and what we doing and how you can be included. But we're talking about this because these are things that we are currently experiencing, and we are sharing the knowledge with our community, and our community is everybody that's on the live.
Yeah. So like we said, for the first 30 days of our show, which actually is only 28 days in this month, but you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
For the month of February, okay, we're going to just lay a foundation and just provide a lot of information. And then we're going to start going back, starting March 1st. And we're going to just kind of break down some of the things that we've talked about. But we wanted to lay the foundation first and educate first.
Right.
So what this means for our community. Grants and workforce development programs are more funding streams. They are engines of economic power. They help residents learn skills that lead to good jobs. They support businesses in hiring and retaining talent. They expand access to emerging industries, and they strengthen economic stability and growth. Programs at all levels, local training, state micro-credentials, national skill initiatives, and international workforce collaborations all help expand opportunities and strengthen economic resilience. So whether you're seeking training, hiring talent, or building a business, there are resources available to help you grow.
I love it, Damali. You want me to tell you why? Because the economic engine of our community was the small businesses. When we grew up, y'all remember all the mom and pop stores and shops? You didn't have no money. You go up there, your grandma say, baby, go get me some sugar and some butter and bring it back and tell James I said I'll pay him Friday.
Right.
You could go in and say, my grandma said, my mama said, and you would just have a tab, that's community. At the end of the day, what happened when the big boys showed up, I ain't gonna name no companies because y'all just don't know who called us sometimes. So I won't name companies, but when the big boys came in and had all the advertisement and stuff, and guess what happened? All of the small businesses, the engines of our community all start drying up because somebody was intentionally like, oh, they got a fruit stand over there. Okay, they got a grocery store over here. Okay, so then they open the place. Not only do they give clothes, but they do groceries. They have a little hot area which you can get food and all that. So you know what they did? They intentionally did their homework on what all the numbers were doing and took everybody intellectual property and opened something that drowned everybody else. You know why? Because they could bump their price down because they got access to the bulk. So we got to find a way to understand intentionally what happened so we can make a comeback, and still get the generational wealth that we deserve from our intellectual property. Guess who on the live?
Who's on the live?
Big Jude.
What's up, Cuzzo?
What's up, Cuzzo? Thank you for tuning in. Click share on this show. We getting into him. What I like about this is he's got a small business, but he be doing big things. You talking about somebody on the grind for the number one spot, man.
Yes.
Big cousin Jude, he be on it. So Damali, if we at the top of the hour, want to take a real quick break and then come back?
Sure. And then we come back and do our Black History.
Right.
Did you know fact?
Y'all listen to Community Wake Up. Y'all stay locked in. We'll be right back. Listen to these messages.
Theater North Tulsa presents Nat Turner in Jerusalem at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center. A powerful two-person drama imagining the final night of Nat Turner as he confronts Thomas R. Gray, the man who recorded his words and helped shape his legacy. Written by Nathan Allen Davis and directed by Keith Daniels. It's the hit stage play Nat Turner in Jerusalem. Explore faith, resistance, and the cost of telling the truth. Don't miss Nat Turner in Jerusalem, playing at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, Liddy Dungeons Theater. February 21st and 22nd, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. And February 28th and March 1st, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. Get your tickets now for Nat Turner in Jerusalem at TulsaPAC.com or call 918-596-7111. Nat Turner in Jerusalem by Nathan Allen is presented by arrangement on behalf of Samuel French Incorporated.
Looking to take your event to the next level with professionalism and energy? Contact World One Development. We host events, have radio personalities, offer community engagement, and videography. We also do live radio remotes, red carpet appearances, create promos, event recaps, drops, and flyers. We also create customized advertising packets to promote your business, organization, or program. Visit our website at world1development.com. You can also reach us on social media at World One Development.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and the HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali. Turn me up, turn me up, turn me up. Mic check, turn me up. All right, y'all, I'm not going to rap on y'all today. Welcome back to the Community Wake Up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. You're here with Charles and
Damali.
Hey, we live Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure y'all stay tapped in. We are live on NYCU.FM radio station, playing today's R&B and throwbacks. We're live on KBOB 89.9 FM, where we get to tell our story our way. And don't forget about the juice. For you young people that want to get into this media space, we deal with high schoolers. You come out, they go to Africa, they go all across this country. They do big work So check out KBOB 89.9 FM. We also live on YouTube, the official World One Development news that you can use. When my cousin said that, I can't let it go. Now, shout out to my cousin Waletta. Hey, we got a lot of people rocking with us. Damali, local, national, international, down north, up, south, east coast, west coast. We doing it big today. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in with us. We thankful Thursday, Throwback Thursday, a.k.a. Baby Friday. Damali, what's up?
Absolutely, absolutely. So we want to shout out a few people. Don't this music just make you want to dance?
I'm like,
rap. Look, I'm like, hey.
I start doing this.
Yeah.
Don't have no lyrics. Ain't got no bubble.
Right.
Been watching too much TV and podcasts. I got to leave that stuff alone, y'all.
All right, so we want to give a huge shout out to Dominique Harper, my older sister Teresa Elliott. Thank you for rocking with us. Richie Anderson, Ambrose Stevens. Good morning, sir. How are you?
What's up, family?
Uncle Chess is on the line. We got Lesna Bass. Good morning. Arlisha Walker, Krista Crawford. Of course, my cousin Big Jude is out there, probably on the road somewhere. So be safe, cousin, out there on that road. Let's see who we got. Soror Gina Goodson on the line. We got Soror Janine on the line.
Hey.
We got cousin Pearlie, and mommy is on the line. What's happening, mom?
What's up?
Good morning. Patricia Griffin on the line. Cousin April, cousin sister April.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. Let's see. We got Cynthia Lopez Dixon on the line. Who else is out there?
Big Mark Harvey, my
Mark
LB,
Harvey
my
is
frat,
out there.
frat.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see, is it out there? Uncle Brian, of course. And then, of course, we got all the secret listeners. We see y'all.
They is locked in.
Y'all ain't hiding from us.
Texting me on my phone. Don't text me. You got to come on to the live. Charles, I'll be nervous. You have nothing to be nervous about because this is
family.
like
It's a
pulling
family
up
affair.
at Grandma's house.
Yeah.
Everybody's welcome at Grandma's house, at the table. So come on and get you some of these snacks that we call education for your mind.
So I think now we're going to go ahead and hit the Black History Did You Know fact.
Hey, this Black History Month, y'all.
Yes.
Happy Black History Month. Of course, it's Black History every day up in here, but this is the official month of Black History. Valentine's Day is coming up this weekend. It's supposed to rain a little bit, but y'all going to be all right. It's 46 degrees right now, and we're at the top of the hour. Damali, what's up?
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and hit this Black History Trivia.
How much you know. It's Black History Trivia with Charles and Damali.
All right, so Black History Did You Know fact. Now, don't forget, the March, we're going to start doing trivia, and there's some merch that's going to be coming out.
There you go.
So I'm trying to warm y'all up, ease y'all into the Black History. So, for the month of February, because it is Black History Month,
Right.
then we're just going to give you some facts.
Right.
Okay. But next month, it's trivia time.
And y'all better be ready for these local, national, and international guests we're going to be having live in studio. We got them already lined up. They already booked. So you stay locked in because when we hit March, it's going to start warming up and we're going to warm up with the temperature because we're going to have all these people right here live in studio. So the stuff we're talking about, you're going to get people that you can tap in with. So get ready for that.
Yeah, we bringing in the pros. All right. So Black History Did You Know fact. George Alcorn was an inventor of the imaging X-ray spectrometer. Okay. So George Edward Alcorn is an African-American inventor who received a bachelor's degree in physics, a master's degree in nuclear physics, and a PhD in atomic and molecular physics.
This is the smartest guy. I know,
right?
I'm like, he is what? This is a whole lot of people in one. Come on, Damali. I'm taking notes.
Right. On top of that, Alcorn worked for the likes of Philco Ford, Perkin-Elmer, IBM, and NASA, and created over 20 different inventions and was granted 8 different patents. Oof. You can't mess with this dude. He is
Happy
a cold
Black History
man.
Month.
Yeah, he is most famous for his invention of the imaging X-ray spectrometer, a device that helps scientists better understand what materials are composed of when they cannot be broken down. Receiving a patent for his method in 1984, Alcorn's inclusion of the thermal migration of aluminum is the spectrometer was regarded as a major innovation by experts in the field. The innovation led to Alcorn's reception of the NASA Inventor of the Year award. Of course, he received that. If he didn't receive that, something was wrong. Okay. And in 2001, Alcorn was awarded special congressional recognition for his efforts in helping the Virgin Island businesses go through application of NASA technology and technology programs. So this has been your Black History Did You Know Fact on George Edward Alcorn, right here on the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali.
Man, Damali, we've been dope. If y'all didn't know that, this is Happy Black History Month, but trust me right now, we've been dope forever.
Yeah.
We got to find a way, Damali, to let our kids and this next generation know just how dope we are.
Exactly.
You know, somehow we got divided a little bit. Somehow we stopped communicating. Somehow we stopped telling the stories. But some way, somehow, Damali, it's on you, because I don't want to take the responsibility. You got to get us back together.
Right.
Because it seemed like communication now between the seasoned generation and the younger generation, it's kind of like them old people don't know what they talking about.
Right.
Old people, them youngsters don't know what they talking about. Damali, we can't do that.
No.
We are who we are because we remember sitting on our great grandparents' porch. I don't. Have you shelled peas before?
I have not.
I've shelled peas, pop peas, snap peas, picked peaches, all kind of stuff. But that was time spent with my great grandparents.
Yeah.
I don't watch them make preservatives. I've gotten sick and they gave me some wine with some peppermint in it and was drunk. No, I'm just playing. I'm just saying,
you're right.
Your great grandparents all was physics, doctors, and everything else, just not officially. But if something was wrong with you, oh, you got burnt, let me put this little snuff right there. Oh, you got a pimple, let me do this right. Anything you had going on, trust me. Because who can remember? I never remember a doctor ever growing up.
No.
If something was going on, you called grandma.
Right.
You called grandpa. And if you were sick and barely able to make it, trust me, they got something you can drink. And by the next day, you're going to wake up running around like a rabbit.
Much better.
Feeling much, much better. So when you read about these certain individuals, it just makes me think about these are individuals, for whatever reason, got access to education. Somehow this brother got access to Alcorn State when maybe some of our grandparents and great-grandparents and stuff, that they just didn't get a chance to get access. They was just as smart, but just didn't have access. But the beauty of the community wake up is everybody is now going to have what? Access. And no excuse not to become great men like George Edward Alcorn.
And I think the other thing to that is if you notice, these people were not wasting their time. They were actually doing things that were going to make their lives easier,
right,
as well as advance the culture and the community that they lived in.
Right, made our lives better. It's like some of the things that happen when we look at it, they were thinking about us.
Exactly.
Never got a chance to meet us. So that's the thing where they say sometimes you plant a tree, but the shade is for somebody else. You'll never even see the
next
tree.
generation.
So sometimes when you're sitting under that shade and you feeling all good, remember it was a sacrifice made for that tree and for that shade to be there. That's the beauty of Black History Month. Even though we do it this month, but we really lean in because now the NBA, the NFL, and everybody's leaning in for Black History. But we got to find a way to understand that Black history got to be every day for us, because there's a reason why they trying to steal that history. Can't teach it in school. Can't teach it in state. I heard a teacher here in Oklahoma, I won't say the name of the school, lost their job, Damali.
Got suspended.
This week got suspended for teaching Black history. The teacher got suspended for teaching Black history. Damali, when Black history is American history, how in the world can you get fired in 2026?
Well, this is my thing. Why would you get suspended for teaching Black history when it's Black History Month?
That don't even make no sense.
I'm just saying, you know, what Arsenio say, things that make you go,
just like that. Now, the beauty of the community to wake up is we cool with everybody, black, white, green, and yellow, because what we have decided, we're not going to let the government and we're not going to let nobody divide us from people, because we all are human. We all are just people. And at the end of the day, black, white, green, or yellow, we all want the same thing. We want to be safe. We want to take care of our families. We want to be able to live in peace and be safe and be able to make it in this life, and then hopefully make a contribution to the next generation. So we're never going to have any issues with no other race, no other people. We're not going to do that, but we have to point out some of the obvious things that plague and hurt our community, because that's our job, Damali, and that's our responsibility.
Absolutely. So now we're going to talk a little bit about what community is saying about entrepreneurs.
What the folks saying?
We have been serial entrepreneurs doing a lot of different things, you know, in community, trying to make sure that our community is taken care of, for one. So we're service providers, but we're also resource providers. And we've been doing that for a number of years in community, with Fitting Back In. It's now 21 years old,
21.
which is a prison reentry program.
Right.
With EduRec, Youth and Family Fun Center, which is now 14 years old,
Right.
where we're providing a space and a place for youth in our community, to be able to thrive and be educated by offering spring break camps, summer camps, and after school programming.
Right.
And then, of course, we have the 36th Street North Event Center,
Right.
where we offer space for you to be able to have those family events,
Right.
those community banquets, those, just anything that is going to help empower our community, but also celebrate
Right.
our
There you go.
community, right? And then, of course, we have the radio show and the radio station and the things we do there, because what we're trying to do is just create just different pipelines within community. So you see what we've done? Those citizens that are returning home, you don't have a place to go, we got a place for you.
Come on through.
Those children who are graduating from high school and college, hey, you don't have a job? Come back over here and holler at us,
Right.
I mean, so we're trying to create spaces and places where people can live, work, and play.
I love it.
Right.
I love it.
And so we want to know. And so I did a little bit of research at wanting to find out what community is saying about entrepreneurs and how the fact that they shape economic power locally, nationally, and even globally. So in communities like Tulsa, entrepreneurs are often described as risk takers and problem solvers.
That's it.
And I think that is spot on.
Risk takers and problem solvers. So
Spot on.
when you see somebody that's an entrepreneur and they're going through a struggle, they just solving a problem. They taking a risk, but support them. Don't talk about them. Whatever you see them doing, try to chime in, because here's the thing. Life is going to be peaks and valleys, either way it go, even if you're just in regular life. But when you see somebody pursuing a dream like that, support them. We just got to find a way to just support, like the blueprint, Damali, of Black Wall Street. Why they end up that economic mecca? They supported each other. They was there for each other. They didn't, okay, I got mine, you better get yours. They didn't go that way. We got to find a way, because a lot of us just the best and brightest. We just got to get together and talk about it. You know what I mean?
So this is what entrepreneurs do. They create jobs. They keep dollars circulating locally, and they turn ideas into service that meet real needs. Community members say small business owners are not just business people, they're economic anchors.
Hold on right there. Circulating the dollar, AKA that currency, the dinero, right? So on Black Wall Street here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, back then, a dollar stayed in the community for like 1 year. Think about that, y'all. Your dollar, that means when people was getting paid, they circulated that stuff on Black Wall Street for up to a year. That's why you had private jets. That's why you had the best surgeons in the country. That's why you had Dreamland Theater. That's why you had 15 to 20 barbershops. That's why you had 30 grocery stores. That's why you had everything that you needed, because your dollars stayed in your community up to a year. Now it's 2026. Guess how long our dollars stay in our community now?
30 seconds.
Truly, she didn't even make that up. Now our dollar will show why our communities look like they look, because they stay in our community for 30 seconds. You know why? Because when Leroy is trying to do his car detail shop, forget Leroy. I'm going to go over here to the big spot. When this person opened their food spot, well, now I got enough money, I can go over here. What I'm saying, it's okay to go out of your community to do certain things, but take care of your community first, because then you will realize, instead of him just having a bucket to wash your car, he can eventually have a building. He can eventually do that if everybody support him. So just think about, when you get your dollars, don't spend them all in 30 seconds somewhere else.
Right.
That part.
And the other thing is, stop hating on people.
Ooh.
Just cut it out.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when you see a big building, like, fortunately, we have been blessed, to be able to have some nice structures, right? But when you see the event center, don't think that we rich and we balling out of control. There are operating expenses
Extreme.
that go with this building.
Big buildings mean big bills.
Big bills.
Yeah, it's
so-
almost the same. You may have a little leadway in there sometime, but just like at your household, a business is still a structure with light, gas, water, insurance, the same stuff.
But you have more on a building because a building, you're responsible for community coming in.
Right.
So now you got the fire marshal coming in saying you got to have these sprinkler systems. You got to have these the health department coming in. You got all of these different entities that are designed. And don't get me wrong, we need them.
We need them to be safe because we want the community to be safe.
Right. But there's a cost that's associated with each and every one of those individuals that walk through that door. And so when you see these buildings, then you're like, oh, yeah, they got all the money because they over here. Yeah. So when I get over there to rent the event center, I'm asking for a discount. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
No.
Don't do it. Well, I want to tell you, here's the difference. And when in community, please choose collaboration over competition. Can we do that first? Collaboration over competition. And number two, when you go out to a hotel out of town, if you go to an event center out of town, and if you go to restaurants and stuff, you never ask them about a discount. You don't even think about it. You eat your food, and then when they come and bring you the ticket, you just pay it. If you go to a store to buy a car or get a certain service, you just pay for it.
But you know why?
Why?
Sometimes in our community, we front.
Uh-oh.
So when you get over there in those communities, you don't want them to know that you only got this limited amount of money.
Right. So
so you're trying to split. So you ain't gonna ask for no discount. You're gonna slap your card on the table like you got all the money in the world. Right. But when you over here with your people, then you try to Jew us down.
Right, because you got to remember, prices are set for a reason.
Exactly.
So when you set a price, you're not trying to upcharge nobody. You're coming up with a price based on the market. So it's kind of like if you got to come in and have a birthday party or a reunion or something, we do our homework on about how much is that going to cost, what is going to be our overhead. The reason why we do that, that's why a lot of people grand opening, grand closing.
Exactly.
So they don't sit and do the numbers in a way that they can be sustainable. And if you don't have a certain margin on what it is that you're charging, you're going to have to close anyway. So if you're going to want to allow to be able to have these nice facilities and certain things in your community, then you got to just understand that's what's going on. So you can't always immediately come in with negotiating. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes unexpected things happen.
Yeah.
Somebody passed away. It was a car accident or something like that. We are sensitive to that. And that's called community. When you come in and something like that is going on, let's talk, because that is extremely unexpected. But your birthday party is coming up next year is expected. Yeah. And that's going on. So when it comes down to that and we say this is a certain price, then just hang on that, because we're definitely not trying to make an extreme profit over anybody. And we're just making that a little bit personal because we got a lot of business people on here as well. And a lot of people have had companies and food trucks and flower shops and all of that. And we watch people in our community time and time again have to close because they're like, man, everybody want a discount and I just can't do it. I have to make a profit. So they pick up their business and go to the other side of town. Now they flourishing as millionaires, feeling resentful because they feel like their community didn't help them, and they just keep on going forward.
Exactly.
So let's just have these real conversations in love so that we can operate better together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I see Dominique has a comment on her. He says, woo, wee, y'all are talking good now. He said, there is a restaurant here called KB's Love by the Pound, and the savory food is real. He said, homemade and made from scratch dishes. So it's a little more expensive, but affordable. It be your own people saying, I'm not supporting, but I am speaking their success into life. Thank you, Dominique. Exactly.
And thank you. And if you give us the information, their address and their website and all of that stuff, that's why we do the small business spotlight. So if you get us the information, then we'll pull that up. And not only that, when we come to Arkansas, we'll pull up in that thing, we'll eat, we'll go live, and we'll share that location with people, because your support can go across state lines. So you got to remember, this community thing we're doing, we asking for your support here because we're going to support you there. So you spend a couple of dollars with us. When we come to your town, we're going to spend some dollars with you.
Right.
That's what makes it right. Like you said, bro, don't be hating, especially when the food is good and homemade, all moist in your mouth, and then you don't want to pay for it.
Right.
Come on, y'all. We got to do better.
That's a hater move. All right. Cousin Pearlie said, my motto is lift as you climb.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Reach back.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, reach back.
Okay, so where was I on my information here? So when local entrepreneurs win, neighborhoods stabilize.
Right.
From restaurants to tech startups to service providers, local entrepreneurs help shape identity, opportunity, and ownership. And in many underserved areas, entrepreneurship represents something even deeper. self-determination, and generational wealth building. On a national level, across the United States, communities recognize that entrepreneurs are responsible for a significant portion of job creation. National conversations highlight that small businesses drive innovation, startups introduce new technologies, and minority-owned businesses expand economic inclusion.
Can I add something there real quick? Generational wealth.
Yes.
I'm just going to park there for 2 seconds. I think generational wealth is probably the most important thing that we need to address in our community. Damali, we need some generational wealth.
Absolutely.
This living in poverty, generation after generation after generation, you know, we got to find a way to get out of that. Now, here's something that I believe I understand. I want to get your thought. I heard from a Tweety Bird that it takes 4 generations to build generational wealth. The reason why I'm saying that is we all now can take account of it and go, if your grandparents are still here or your parents are still here, you can say that's 1 generation, right? So if you got your parents, that's a generation, then it's you. And if you got kids and some great, that's 4 generations. So now we need a strategic plan. And I'm glad we are laying this foundation because we're going to get into what that strategic plan should look like. Because if you got 4 generations, then you should find a way to do your generational wealth. You got to have a generational wealth plan. It has to be intentional. It got to be down on paper. Right now, I currently only have 3 generations. Because if I just talk about, like, I got me, and then I got my kids, and I got 5 grandkids. So that means my grandkids' kids is going to be my 4 generations. But guess what Brother Charles Damali is doing? I'm putting my plan together right now. Because hopefully by the time we get to that 4th generation, we can have generational wealth. And a lot of the things that I have to grow up with not having, you and I both, because you just said how you celebrated the 335 at KFC.
Okay.
You know, that's kind of stuff we had to do, but we was doing what we had to do to make it. My Uncle Chess just talked about his job working down in the basic sweeping. We did what we had to do to get to this point, but now why get to this point and not create something for generational wealth for our family? Because to leave something for our kids or grandkids just to squander away. Have you seen a lot of people, their parents had a lot of money growing up. They had a beautiful home and cars and all of that. And their kids get that stuff. And later on, guess what? Trash.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like my boy say, it's like you don't have an appreciation for what maybe your grandparents and parents did. And you just get it and just squander it away. You know, trying to turn up, try to get on the yacht, try to do things that.
And I think the biggest place where I see this is people who come from the country. Grandparents had land. And you live in, however you live in the country, you live it. And then when you go to college or you get grown, you be like, man, I'm getting out of here. I'm sick of being here. And you go and you leave grandma's land.
Don't pay the taxes.
Don't pay the taxes.
Ain't paid no taxes.
Other people get the land.
Grandma had 50 acres.
Yes. And you lose all of that land. You're like, it's way down there in the country. But guess what? The city is going to meet the country at some point.
Sooner or later.
Because they're going to run out of land. So they're going to keep building, expanding, developing until now y'all butted up right next to each other. So that 50 acres, those developers will buy those from you for millions if you'd have kept up with that land.
Now here's the ticket. Here's I love that. Now you done said something about it. Y'all say something on the live. Y'all get into this. So in Tulsa, because we can talk about home.
Look, Cousin Pearlie saying the same thing. We need to stop selling our property that our parents and grandparents left us. We're selling off our family's wealth. That's exactly.
You're selling off your generational wealth. When I first moved here, I moved out south, like 71st and Garnett area. It was a whole bunch of cow fields and open fields all over the place. This is just in my lifetime. When I go out there now and go into these same areas, I see number $400,000 and $500,000 homes.
That's right.
Banks and stuff, schools being built everywhere. Since my time of being in Tulsa for 25 years, I go out to Broken Arrow. It's the same thing. I remember going through Owasso. I almost thought Owasso was still just country. You go to Owasso now, they building so many.
Popping.
It is popping to the max. But in my mind, I'm thinking, I know people owned all that land and they just gave it up. And they come in, create these additions. And let me tell you something right now. You don't know this to get ready to get to buy your own house. I tried to get a spot out south. And this is going back to my 20s. Now they said, here's a lot. The lot is not even an acre, but guess how much the lot was?
How much?
$100,000.
Just for the dirt.
For dirt and trees. Now these people that went out here.
You're going to knock down the trees.
They done carved out about 5 acres, right? And they done box this thing in the lots. And I'm thinking somebody had a strategic plan. Somebody had a plan. Somebody didn't. Somebody did. This is somebody grandma land, but they bought it from them off tax sales for $2,000-$3,000, and now they got lots. They probably got 100 lots for $100,000 each selling the lots. And that is how we can lose our generational wealth. So stop letting your parents and your grandparents' homes and lands and things go. But here's another thing. We all share a responsibility in that. So we got to find a way as parents and grandparents to talk to our kids about it. Bring them to the table early as possible to start saying, look, this is what we have. This is what we're doing. This is what our plan is. I think we may have to bring our generation in to what the plan is. Because a lot of times it's so hard for us to make it. We ain't got time to talk to nobody.
Well, and I think the other piece to that is too, we need to get wills and trusts.
Oh, we got to say that. Don't do it, Damali.
Okay.
Don't. We'll come back. We'll get back in. Because if you don't have a will or a trust, we ain't gonna do. We build a foundation, Damali. Don't do. You almost did. Just calm down, Killer.
You know, I come from the law, so hey.
Look, we're going to have what we're going to specialize and talk about a will and a trust. And if you don't have that, because you don't want your stuff going to the state, let's just go on, Damali. You got fired up.
Okay.
Yeah, woosah. Do the thing. Let's bring the fingers back out.
Okay, here we go. I'm back.
Okay,
so across the United States, communities recognize that entrepreneurs are responsible for a significant portion of job creation.
Right.
National conversations highlight that small businesses drive innovation. Startups introduce new technologies, minority-owned businesses expand economic inclusion, and entrepreneurs are often seen as the engines of growth, the creators of competition, and the builders of resilience during economic downturns. Big companies matter, but small businesses move the economy from the ground up.
Right.
I'm going to say that again. Big companies matter, but small businesses move the economy from the ground up.
That means don't despise small beginnings.
That part.
So if you got that food truck, you got that small storefront, remember, it's about advertising. It's about people figuring out where you are and what you're doing. It's not that, the thing is, people need what you got. They just don't know that you're there. So that's why on Community Wake Up, it don't matter if you local, national, international, give us a call. We got thousands. We got about 1 million views a month. So you come now, we can't do it all for free because we had to pay for all this stuff, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. We had to pay off all this stuff. And it's a lot to pay for. But anyway, we did it as an investment, as our reasonable duty to you guys, to bring conversation further than just our porch or our doorstep or just our neighbor. Our conversations are now don't have no boundaries. We in Uganda, Japan, Africa, Puerto Rico, Arkansas, Florida, California, Texas. We all over right now, Omaha, Nebraska, having a conversation about waking up in our community. So it's worth it for some because in a minute, demand going to be too high. So right now, while you got these businesses, we going to work with you where you are because we want to see you succeed and then we can grow together. So I done said what I said. Go,
with your chest out.
Just go to nycu.fm, stroll to the bottom. We got an inquiry form. Fill that out. Get with us because we going to look out for you.
So when entrepreneurs succeed, supply chains grow, employment rises, and communities experience upward mobility. So on the international front, globally, entrepreneurship is viewed as a key driver of economic development.
Right.
In developing and developed nations alike, entrepreneurs create access to goods and services. They solve local challenges. They expand digital and technology access, and they strengthen cross-border trade. International economic leaders often point to small and medium-sized entrepreneurs, or SMEs is what they're called in that space, as the backbone of global economies.
Let me do this, Damali, because see your Soros? So that's the thing about the blue and white. She said, she ain't add a whole sentence, a whole paragraph. She just said life insurance.
Sis, that's next. That was next.
See,
Charles pulled me.
With the trust,
back.
She was coming. It was coming. See, y'all picked it up. Did y'all pledge together?
We did.
Y'all probably pledged together. See, so we're gonna do. But here's the thing. What we're dealing with is that starting in March 1st, we're probably gonna have a subscription that we launch because outside of just a community wake up podcast show that we do, then we're gonna come offline and really dig into what people want. But it'll be a small subscription, so it might be $2.99 when we start. We probably gonna cap it at a number, but we're gonna really do deep dives into what people need to do point by point. We're going to be bringing in attorneys. We're going to be bringing in all these different people because that's a whole different little thing we got going on. But now this information is foundational and it's going to get people started. But we'll have a subscription for some specials that we'll do for people that just kind of climbing the ladder pretty quick. So look for that March 1st. We'll launch it. It'll be a small subscription, but we'll have things going on outside of this where you really got your pen and pad and your whiteboard out. Is that right, Molly?
That's right.
All right.
All right. So entrepreneurs don't just build businesses, they build bridges.
Right.
Now, we talk about that all the time, building a bridge from Black Wall Street to Uganda.
That's
it.
Say that again.
Entrepreneurs don't just build businesses, they build bridges.
What bridge we building?
From Black Wall Street to Uganda.
Hey, if you know, you know.
And let's see. They connect markets, cultures, and communities. So across local neighborhoods, across the nation, and across borders, one message is consistent. Entrepreneurs represent ownership, innovation, opportunity, and long-term economic power. But communities also say entrepreneurs need access to capital, mentorship, support networks, and fair policy. So it's one hand washes the other. They also need loyal customers. That's why we're so thankful for everybody that's on the live and even the secret listeners, because you're loyal. You come and follow us all the time. You tell us about, different things that we've said on the show. So we really appreciate that. But now it's time to go to that next level.
Right. And I think we some secret listeners on some shows. Because there's a lot of different podcasts out here that talk about business, economics, and all of that. And I don't get on the live and say nothing, but I find a way to educate myself because you got to be educated because this stuff is so ever changing, especially in the space of AI, innovation, and tech. These things are changing so fast. So you have no other choice but to invest some time, at least every week, to be on top of what's going on. Because if not, you're going to find yourself way, way far behind.
Exactly.
And that's not going to be good for you or your family.
So economic power grows when entrepreneurs are supported and not isolated. So the bottom line is this: entrepreneurs are not separate from the community. They are a part of its foundation. When communities invest in their builders, creators, and innovators, economic power becomes shared power. So support local, encourage new ideas, and mentor emerging leaders. And recognize that every business started is a step towards economic strength.
Girl, you said economic power becomes shared power. Black Wall Street. Only reason why I keep saying that because it's the blueprint. Because the crazy thing is we had a Black Wall Street and a blueprint even before that. We've been having a blueprint. It's just that was the latest and greatest that we've seen. But a lot of people don't know, even after it was destroyed, they built it back even bigger and stronger. But there was a plan to find a way to do away with it. So somebody's always intentionally plotting and planning on you. And that's the reason why we have to have these conversations so we can wake up early and we just don't look up and say, well, what does gentrification even mean? We need to know what that means. We need to know what it looks like so that you just don't be in your community thriving one day. Then one day you wake up and be like, where everybody go? Where everybody at? You the last one to figure out. Everybody done packed up and left, and your house that was once worth $200,000 on sale on the market for $50,000. So you got to be able to, Damali, we got to be able to tune in and be educating each other because we got to be able to move and shake the way we need to so that we can be able to grow. You know what I mean? And not just end out because we perish from a what?
Lack of knowledge.
Hey, community wake up. We're not gonna have a lack of knowledge on here.
All right. Brenda Harlan just joined. Hey, Brenda, how are you?
What's going on, family?
And Miss Verna Downing Rogers said good morning. How are you?
Miss Verna, we miss you so much. Now, me and you need to be getting together on the fact that we family, so we got to get together because this is the DNA, this is the person going to get into your African ancestry.
Okay.
I want to know all my cousins. Let me tell you that right now. And we're going to connect on the Harpers and the Dearworths and all of that. So I can't wait to get with you. But good morning. Love you, sis. Hopefully you still down there in Bartersville. I believe that's where you reside. If so, this is a sharp lady that does big things. We probably have her on the show.
Yeah, she used to go to the church.
She used to go to the church.
I remember from church.
Love you, sis.
All right, so now we're going to do, it is 38 past the hour. 43 degrees right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We're going to do our small business spotlight.
We're going to do this before we take a break. And then
Yes.
we're going to come back and wrap it up. So get your pen and pad. This is what we're talking about, little bro. My bro put the information on here for
I
KBs.
saw that, yeah.
So we'll spotlight them. Not today, but it's coming. But who we
Yeah.
going to spotlight today, Damali?
Today, this morning's Small Business Spotlight is centered on purpose, legacy, and empowerment. We're highlighting Birthright Living Legacy right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Come on. Come on.
That's your bodyguard.
That's my bodyguard when I
Yes.
run for president one day.
We're proud to spotlight Birthright Living Legacy, a Tulsa-based organization committed to helping fathers restore the value of fatherhood by walking with men through connection, growth, empowerment, and legacy. They're not just an organization. They're a movement calling fathers back to their rightful place in the family, community, and legacy. The problem is society has diminished the value of fathers, leaving families without guidance and stability.
Right.
The truth of the matter is that fathers provide structure, identity, wisdom, and generational strength. The solution? Birthright Living Legacy creates spaces where fathers are honored, supported, and prepared to lead. If you would like to get information about Birthright Living Legacy and how you can support fathers, you can go to brlivinglegacy.org or you can call 918-922-9445. This has been today's Small Business Spotlight on Birthright Living Legacy, and our friend Marquise Dennis is the founder and executive director over there, building purpose-driven lives and lasting impact in our community.
We love us some Marquise Dennis.
Yes.
You know what I mean? AKA 6'4", 310 pounds. He stay on top of it. But I would like to say, Damali, when we talk about fathers and the importance of fathers,
Yes.
because it goes into his initiative, what does that even mean to you when you just think fathers?
So I think that somewhere along the way, and I think we've talked about this on the show, how fathers have been made to be absent in the home.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And because of that, then the value of the father's role and responsibility has diminished.
Right.
And so I agree with Marquise that we've got to find a way for men to start leading again,
Right.
and leading the family, but lead in a healthy way that's going to enhance the family, you know, and make children and just make the family a stronger base and a stronger unit. I can tell you one of the things I used to say all the time, because, you know, we run EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center. For me, it made a difference when men showed up in the building.
Right.
There's all
Huge
of us
difference.
women, you know, we're making the food, we're teaching the kids, we're doing all this and that. But it's something about when guys walk through the building, when men, real men, and kids know the difference, right? So when real men walk through, you can say, hey, sit down in that chair. Yes, sir. You know, immediately. You know, now we've been telling them all day, hey, sit down. Y'all need to lower
How
your
y'all
voice.
said, hey.
Y'all sit down, lower your voice, this and that, you know. I mean, eventually they will, because we had a great group of kids. But what I'm saying is men can it's just something about the base. It's something about, you know, the stature that you walk in with, you know, that when you say it, kids are like, sit down, you know. And so it's very important that our kids see that.
Right.
They need to see dads standing up and being dads. They need to see men by any means necessary. If you can put rims on your car, you can buy shoes for your kids.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Damali, get them off. She getting down on it now. Let me just
saying.
add this, and I agree. And we're probably gonna have a show because a lot of things that happened was intentional. This is Black History Month. People wonder how was Martin Luther King Jr. funded. They wonder how people like Malcolm X was funded. It was small Black businesses. It was because
the $5, the $2 a month or a week, that's how they were funded.
And he was able to make it because families were together. You had mom and dad in the home, and that stability made it where we could support people like Dr. Martin King Jr. But guess what? Systems realized that what was going on. So it's not just by chance that dads are gone. It's intentional. It was designed that way. Now, did the design have to work? No. But did it work? Yes. Because here come programs that says, okay, mom, we'll help you out in the 3 kids. But guess what, Damali?
Dad gotta go.
Dad gotta go. Why would a country have a program where when somebody's surviving the Great Depression or whatever is going on, that we got a plan, but your daddy that look black must leave the household. So what that means now, can you imagine a dad with his wife trying to make it with the kids, and mama is saying, you know what, you got to go. Because for me to make it, the government, and who is government? Now look at the government now. Look at the government now. So for us to help you as a government, your husband, the kids' dad got to go. And then we ain't going to support him in anything else he's trying to do to drive that wedge. So it's intentional that those things happen. And we're going to have a show, but we're going to address it only because it's Black History Month. And you have to know these things so you don't have to feel like your dad just didn't want you or your dad just didn't want to be there. Your mom went through things where she asked your dad to leave. Your dad did not want to leave. And here's the thing, you don't know how much that harmed dad when the love of his life, that might have been his high school sweetheart, looked at him and said, look, man, look, bro, because at some point to let your man go, you got to get harsh and got to be like, bro, you got to go. Can you imagine getting that? So now when he maybe get out there and start getting things together, and then the mom might like, you ready to come back? Man, he been scarred. He been traumatized. He been hurt so bad. So it's a way we have to do it together, because that design should not have worked, but the bottom line, it did. But on a community wake up, the beauty is we're going to educate our community on what happened, when it happened, how it happened, because some of those things are showing back up right now again today, and we are not going to stand for it, and we're not going to let it happen.
We're reversing the curse and we interrupting the patterns.
That part on a community wake up.
Okay, and so apparently Verna has a birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Natasha thought it was today, and she was like, no, my birthday's tomorrow.
See, Natasha ready for the turn up.
You a day early.
I think Natasha's birthday is all month. Is it all month this month? Next is one of them.
Right.
I don't be forgetting, but save me a donut. If you got some hot chocolate, I'm on the way and I'll pay for everything.
Right, right. And so Dominique said she didn't hit the gas. No rims, but shoes.
Hey, look, let me tell you, rims are here's the thing, Damali, it's a bar, because rims are considered putting shoes on your car.
The wake up.
But instead of putting them shoes on your car, put them shoes on your baby feet.
That's right.
What that dude said, All
right. Brenda Harlan said, this is so true. Men have to be transparent and more involved. Right. Absolutely. So that is what Marquise does in his business. He is in the business of helping fathers restore the value of fatherhood. So we need to get behind this brother. He is a not-for-profit,
right? Which
means they ain't got no money. That's what it means.
Man, not-for-profit means what it says. Not for profit. We run both. We run for-profit and not-for-profit, because we try to balance it out, because we like to not all the way through.
It's not happening.
It's tough, man. People that they give sometimes, and sometimes they don't. And it's understandable. It depends, because you still got to take care of your own family. But nevertheless, non-for-profits are extremely important, because they address a lot of the needs, dire needs that you have in a lot of our communities. So they are definitely needed, and you should support them.
Okay, so we do have two birthday girls. So Verna said, no, my birthday is today, the 12th, and Natasha is tomorrow, I think. So
no, Natasha said my birthday was yesterday.
Oh, her birthday was yesterday. So you a day late.
Happy belated birthday. Now, that's why we didn't see you yesterday.
She said, but she celebrate all month, so it don't matter anyway.
Yeah, she told me that early in the month. So we've been turned up the whole time, Natasha. But happy birthday to both of you.
Yes. All right. So we are at 47 past the hour.
We're going to take the quickest break known to mankind.
Like a super quick break.
And when we come back, we're going to wrap it up. Y'all on the community, wake up. Yeah. Wake up. We'll be right back, y'all.
Theater North Tulsa presents Nat Turner in Jerusalem at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center. A powerful two-person drama imagining the final night of Nat Turner as he confronts Thomas R. Gray, the man who recorded his words and helped shape his legacy. Written by Nathan Allen Davis and directed by Keith Daniels. It's the hit stage play Nat Turner in Jerusalem. Explore faith, resistance, and the cost of telling the truth. Don't miss Nat Turner in Jerusalem, playing at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, Liddy Dungeons Theater. February 21st and 22nd, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. And February 28th and March 1st, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. Get your tickets now for Nat Turner in Jerusalem at TulsaPAC.com or call 918-596-7111. Nat Turner in Jerusalem by Nathan Allen is presented by arrangement on behalf of Samuel French Incorporated.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and the HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali.
We always ready to dance.
I know. Welcome back to the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali. We live Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 a.m. right here every day. We tuning in on NYCU.FM. You see it on my shirt? Yeah, you see it. Also on YouTube, the official World One Development News you can use. We live over there on KBOB 89.9 FM, where we tell our story our way. Don't forget about the Juice, because the Juice is a program for high school students that would like to get in the media space. Yeah. So they too can be on the Community Wake Up one day. Reach out to them, and the Juice, they travel local, national, and international. So they get into them high schools, give these kids the confidence that they need. Man, we've been producing all kind of great kids. We was all in Africa, turned up with 1,300 kids, playing and having a good time. So we appreciate y'all tuning in, local, national, and international. Happy Black History Month. Damali, we're going to slow down and send prayers out to Bobby Eaton Sr. Man, he is a community icon, been around for years. I heard that he's a little sick, so let's put our community giant in our prayers today. So Bobby Eaton Sr., he's not feeling well, so put our brother in your prayers, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, we understand he's in the hospital, so we want to make sure that we are lifting him up. He is a living legend right here in our community, and we appreciate him and Uncle Bobby. He is the father of Bobby Eaton Jr., who is the owner of KBOB 89.9 radio station FM. And he is also, we're simulcasting on his station right now as we speak.
Right. And Lil Trey, number 3, it's his papa. Shout out to Trey. He be on sometime. Absolutely. He might be a secret listener. Patricia Griffin said, happy 14th birthday to my granddaughter, Serenity Wilson. Oh my God, Serenity is 14?
That is so crazy.
Tell her we said happy birthday. She was a baby.
A baby.
Literally.
Yeah.
When we seen her, she is so beautiful. Yes. I can only imagine seeing her. Patricia, you got to pull out so we can see her.
Send us a picture.
So right now, too, so we can identify her. She probably turned up today. What's going on? What we got?
Okay, so community alert. We got 9 minutes left. So we didn't have us a good old time this morning.
With y'all. With the community.
That's right. So 9 minutes left. So we wanted to remind you about the scholarship opportunity right here in Oklahoma. There's over $770,000 in scholarships for Oklahoma students. It's open to 9th to 12th graders. They will test your knowledge of Oklahoma history and geography. So brush up. You need to register by February 27th at oklahomahof.com. Shout out to all of those who have already registered their kids for spring break camp.
Yes.
I see the registrations come through on my cell phone, with notifications. So thank you so much for doing that. EduRec Spring Break Camp is accepting registration. Call us at 918-430-3947 or go to edurectulsa.com. You can sponsor a child, multiple children, or the entire camp. We're wanting to have 45 kids in our camp. Right. So if you are a business or organization looking for a tax write-off, then a great tax write-off is to support the kids.
And remember, this is 14 years of never closing our doors. If you never heard of EduRec, it's education and recreation combined. Our camp, we do before care, we do after care, we do hot breakfast, we do hot lunch, we do snacks. We love on the family. We got a team that's been in place forever. We never had no incidents. So if it's anywhere you want to bring your kid or support, EduRec is the spot. If you want to see what we look like, you can go follow us on edurectulsa.com is our website. EduRec Tulsa is our Facebook. EduRec Tulsa is our Instagram. Everything EduRec Tulsa.
So you get the point.
Yes.
All right. The Black Wall Street Rally needs your vote. You can vote daily at https 10best.usatoday.com. What they're doing is the Black Wall Street Rally isn't just a festival, it's a living tribute to resilience, culture, and economic power rooted right here in Tulsa. Being recognized by USA Today as Best Cultural Festival means the story of Black Wall Street continues to be told on a national stage.
I got to add this, Damali. I just got to add it real quick. We have hosted, marketed, advertised, and promoted the Black Wall Street Rally for the last 2 years. This past year in 2025, we was turned up all day from 10 to 10, Friday and Saturday. So I'm just saying it's a little secret sauce in what we do. So if you have something coming up and you need a keynote speaker, you need a host, you need somebody just to turn up for you for a little bit, whether it's a festival, a gala, a birthday party, or some special, local, national, or international, go to nycu.fm, scroll to the bottom, fill out that inquiry form, and we're going to look out for you guys, because whatever we touch, God helps us turn it to gold.
Absolutely.
It ain't us, it's him in us.
It's the God in me.
It's the God in me.
Hey, yeah.
Shout out to Mary.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you guys can go and vote, and you need to vote every single day.
Right.
Voting closes on March 2nd at 11:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Right.
So you can vote every single day. As of right now, Black Wall Street Rally is number 1 on the leaderboard.
We're currently leading. Black Wall Street is leading, like it's always been the leader, but we're leading right now. So y'all keep voting.
It's nothing
and
new.
It's a little something coming up on the silver screen. We ain't gonna say nothing about it. We went over there and filmed a little bit, but when it come out, we may have to make a little trip to LA. But if we go, you go, we go. And again, don't forget, we got something special coming up at 10. So we going off the air in 5 minutes, but we'll be live on World One Development at 10. It is something that's super important going on, but we can't tell you, but we'll go live. So make sure you remember that. So mark your time for 10 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Okay, so we do have 5 minutes, so we're going to go through the rest of this really quickly because we want to, so the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity is awarding 2 $1,000 scholarships. The application deadline is March 31st, 2026. I will go ahead and post that flyer on our website or on our social media so that you guys can get that information. The Delta Sigma Theta sorority, they're also offering a scholarship. You can go to DSTTulsaAlumni.org for the scholarship application. Their deadline is April the 10th of 2026. The last thing we want to talk about really quickly is an ownership mindset and how it connects to economic power. So an ownership mindset isn't just about owning property or business. It's about owning your responsibility, your decisions, your growth, and your future. Ownership begins in the mind before it shows up in your bank account. Faith teaches us stewardship.
I see money in my mind. Well, you said show up.
In your mind
Close your eyes and do this, because I see it in my mind.
Right. Okay, so faith teaches us stewardship, the idea that what we have, we are called to manage wisely. Time, talent, resources, and opportunity. An opportunity mindset says, I don't wait to be rescued.
Hey.
I don't blame without building. I don't shrink back from responsibility. I step forward. Hope fuels this mindset. Hope says that even if I don't start with much, I can build something. Hope says my past doesn't cancel my potential. Hope says growth is possible. And inspiration reminds us that ownership creates economic power. When we move from employee-only thinking to entrepreneurial thinking, consumption to creation, dependency to strategy, we begin to shift the trajectory of our families and our community. Ownership means learning new skills, managing money with intention, supporting local businesses, and investing in education, thinking long-term instead of short-term. Faith tells us we are not meant to bury our gifts. We are meant to multiply them. And economic power grows when individuals believe they are capable of building, lending, and sustaining something greater than themselves. So today, ask yourself, what am I building? What am I stewarding? What legacy am I shaping? Because ownership isn't just about assets, it's about accountability. And when faith meets ownership, hope turns into action. You are not powerless. You are positioned. And when we adapt an ownership mindset together, we don't just earn, we build.
Come on. Amen for the 5-4 ministry. Amen to the Damali. That's like preaching for real though, because it's educating. You know, we all are ministers because we giving information.
We gotta build each other up. We gotta just build us up.
All right, we 2 minutes before the top of the hour.
All right, so tomorrow's theme is going to be culture and celebration, and we're also going to talk about Valentine's Day. That's a celebration.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so remember to like our page, to share our show with 5 friends. Just ask them to like our page, and most importantly, we want you guys to tune in tomorrow because we got some great stuff to say. Yeah. So if you would like to advertise your event, your business, your organization, if you're having some type of special something coming up, then give us a shout out. You can go to nycu.fm and submit an inquiry. Somebody from our staff will get back in contact with you, and we'll go ahead and see what we can do about getting you on the show. So don't forget, the views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to the host, him and me.
Him and I.
Yeah. And their guests, and are not necessarily to this station, affiliate, organization, committee, or other group or individual associated with NYCU.FM or KBOB 89.9 FM.
Just like that. Great job today, Damali.
Yeah.
All right. This has been the Community Wake Up with Charles Harper and
I'm Damali Wilson.
And we will see you on tomorrow. Big Friday. It's the weekend.
Baby.
We're going to see y'all tomorrow.
Yes,
love y'all.
Love y'all.
Blessed.